it's generally really gross.
You know what I saw
Music
there?
and talk.
You know what I saw there?
What?
Saw at the fair? This fat, obese little boy. Reddest face you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I saw two things at the fair.
Yes. Only
So
two things?
I saw this fat little boy.
That's a really bad fair if you only saw two things.
Everything else was terrible.
Yeah.
And boring.
Okay.
Don't care about it. Except for these two things.
Yes.
Fat little boy.
Yes.
Probably like 8 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
Round. Pig face.
Yeah.
Sucking on a pacifier. And crying at the same time.
How would you say again?
8 to 10.
Yeah.
8 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I also saw a big, fat, huge mama pig.
Yeah?
And they're huge. They're bigger than you are. They're bigger than me.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
They're like 8,000 pounds. They got these cute little piglets running around.
8,000 pounds?
Dude, something like that. 8 to 10. Gotta be.
That's really big.
Yeah, man. I mean, it could have been more, honestly. Never seen something like that. It was that fat pig.
Yeah.
And the little fat baby boy. That was 10.
So, I have a story about the fair.
What is it?
I was at a fair in Redding, California. I don't know if you know of the place, but it's bad. It's gross.
Never been there. Don't live
And,
there.
yeah, no, you don't want to. And it's like, so basically, this kid comes up to me and he has no teeth, okay? Like,
Okay.
barely any teeth, and he's like,
He's got some teeth.
yeah, it's like 5 maybe.
Okay.
And he's 14 and I'm like 13 or something like that. And he's like, "Hey man, what's up? You want to go like ride this ride with me?" And I'm like, and then I had this guttural instinct fear, I was like,
Yeah.
no, no, I don't. And I was by myself, and we were the same age, why is he? I don't know why he had that many missing teeth.
You don't want to find out because
No,
it's
you don't.
probably a terrifying, depressing story.
You really don't want to find out.
And there's no joy to be had in
No.
finding out about that.
But anyways, I realized at that moment that
Sorry, guys.
that I am afraid of people with no teeth, because back when I was like 3 years old, my cousins would just torture me, and they would just be like, "Hey, people with no teeth, they eat children. They fucking eat kids. They're all cannibals." And I'm like, okay. And they would tell me that, like, reassuring me, like, over time, when they would meet me, see me again.
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, just like to remind you, like,
Yeah.
people with no teeth, they eat kids, so like jot that down. It's important life information."
Right.
Like, I thought I was
Know
getting like important like cliff notes about life, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, like better remember that one. Like, don't want to be eaten." And then there was another time at a carnival. I've never really had a great time at carnivals. And
no, dude, any kind of fair or
yeah.
carnival thing is so fucking boring.
yeah.
And you just, as soon as you get there, you want to leave because you know you're just gonna be next to a bunch of sweaty, gross people you don't like,
Yeah.
and you can't buy anything to eat because it's all $30 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Anyways, there was this time at a carnival. I was like 3 or 4 years old. I was pretty damn young. This is like one of my first memories. And I'm with 3 of my cousins, and they're taking me around in rides and whatnot. And we go in the funhouse mirror thing. I remember that. It was like a spooky one. And I was like, at the time, it was like kind of creepy. And I was like, like this is weird. I just kind of remember that. I remember there being like 2 or 3 stories, one of those like kind of funhouse creepy mirror things that had like several stories that you walk through.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I remember being kind of creeped out. I was like, I don't really like, I'm like, got out of that ride, and I was like, personally, like my review, like not a great fan of this experience. Kind of spooky because I'm 3. I'm not super stoked on it. And then they're like, you are really literate for a 3-year-old. I'm like, thank you. And then like we went and got corn dogs or some fried food. It might have been a pretzel. But I remember we went right across the little path to get some fried food. And I'm a little baby, you know?
Little tiny baby boy.
No one's holding my hand.
Fat little toddler boy.
Yeah. And then from what I remember, what happened was a bunch of people started like coming my way, and I just started getting bumped around, like bumped and nudged. Yeah.
Right now?
I just got carried along with this crowd, and I think what potentially might have happened is I thought I maybe saw them leaving, you know, and I was like, I better follow them, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was going down. I was like, this is where they're going, and then it wasn't them. Is what I think might have happened, and it's all very foggy. But I remember ended up getting like several stalls in the food cart area down, and then like not knowing where to go because I was 3.
Right.
And then I'm looking around, and I remember seeing a police officer, and I go over to him. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, to be a burden, but excuse me, sir, I'm lost and I do not know where to go. And I was like, could you potentially redirect me to my party?
This is what you thought you were saying? Like, he heard, like, get that guy,
yeah,
get out there.
Exactly. And then I remember him being nice, like, oh yeah, you gotta find your family or whatever. And like we find him, and I remember them just freaking out, like, oh my god, like, and I remember from what my mom told me was when she gave me to them, she was like, if you fucking lose him, I will kill you. And like she was just like threatening them as soon as I walked out the door with them. And then I got back, I was like in the car with them, and I was like, that was crazy how I like got separated from you guys. And they're like, that you just dreamed that didn't happen. And to this day they still tell me that I dreamed it, even though I clearly remember a lot of interesting details about the factors of it, you know. And some of them have kind of in a roundabout way admitted to it, but I was like, they were like in the car ride home, I brought it up, and they might have even gave me a sleeping pill. I don't know.
They drugged you?
They could.
People drugged
they
you?
could have.
Wow.
To like, make me fall asleep.
Were that scared of your mom?
Yeah, they were.
And your mom, she is scary.
Yeah. And anyways, I was like, that was, crazy how like, I got lost. Like, that was weird. And then they're like, you dreamed that. And then like I told my mom, and they were like, that didn't happen. He dreamed that whole thing up. That never happened. Like I remember basically, from what I was told, I got right back home, and I was like, hey, like they lost me at the fair. You kind of both dropped the ball on this one. I was like, you guys.
This isn't one person.
I was like, you guys kind of failed as a unit. I'm like, you gave me off to these 20-year-old girls, and they lost me at the fair. You guys are kind of dropping the ball here. Yeah. And my mom was pissed. That was my experiences with fairs, essentially.
Yeah, one time I got lost in a Walmart.
Yeah.
Because, like, my mom always wanted to look at fucking yarn and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you're a little boy, yarn's the worst.
Yeah.
Yarn's is probably the thing I hated the most as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because she would be so fascinated by all the fucking yarn. And it's just yarn.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got Bionicles one fucking aisle over. So I just wander over there and take a peek. And my mom would be like, where is he? I don't know. Maybe he's next to the linens.
Next to the linens.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I'm with the fucking Bionicles and the cool shit, Mom. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't care about boring yarn and linen.
Yeah.
Alright? So anyway, I heard like my name on the loudspeaker, and I was like, oh shit. Am I in trouble? What's going on? But it was just my mom crying because she thought I got kidnapped.
See, for me, that would happen every time me and my mom would go to Walmart. I would just wander off.
Yeah. And
then she would just go to the customer service desk calmly and just be like, Christian Fisher, report to the, the front desk. And I was like, it's time to go now.
Yeah.
But like
That's
she,
just efficient.
yeah.
Instead of spending all her time
yeah,
either tugging you along and you screaming about
yeah,
it, or finding you after
Yeah.
she's done with her shit.
exactly.
I like that. That's
She
good.
she never freaked out about it either. She
No.
you know she never
She's like,
thought I
"Just
was
next
gonna
to the
get
video games or something."
yeah she never thought I was gonna get kidnapped. Even though like yeah she wasn't worried about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just efficient. I would always get lost in Walmart.
Yeah, dude. Walmart's a fun place to get lost in.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude, I hated Home Depot and
Home
Lowe's.
Depot was another fun one.
I hated it. I hated
Why?
it so much, dude.
What's wrong with Lowe's?
Oh my god, I'd go there.
Paint?
No, I'd go there when I was a kid, and they'd be in there for fucking hours.
Dude, yeah. I would rather visit there though than fucking
Yeah.
like fucking just go shopping for clothes or some shit. What my mom and my sister would always do. We'd be like, okay, we gotta go get groceries
Yeah.
at Walmart. And they stop next to the clothes.
Yeah.
Just stare at them, be like, oh, you look cute in this. Oh, this one looks nice. And I'm like, I just want the fucking soda you said we were gonna get, so we can bounce, dude.
Right.
I don't care about this stupid shirt.
Right. Yeah.
And they'd be like, Calvin, why are you being so grumpy? And I'm like, it's you guys that
Yeah.
are making me this way.
And I would just want to like sit down. I would honestly there'd be moments where I just wanted to lay down somewhere in Lowe's,
Dude,
and then they'd be like, "Get up, you can't do that." And I'm like, I just want to die. Like I hate it so much, you know. And then they'd be like, "Okay, now we're going to this aisle." I'm like, "Oh," and then I'd finally get comfortable, find a place to just like zone out
sit
at.
there for a
And
second.
then I'm just like, dude, I was just a piece of luggage, you know,
Yeah.
in Lowe's, just getting dragged around. And, but, you know, luckily I never had to have babysitters. So most of the time I didn't have to. It's crazy to me that kids of like 12 years old have babysitters.
Dude, that's bizarre. I didn't have a babysitter past like 6.
Yeah, no, I only had babysitters when I was like around the age of 5.
Yeah.
And then after that, even then it was optional. My parents were like, "Do you want a babysitter?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess like just somebody to like hang out with and play video games with."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, yeah, like cool." And then they just get somebody and they'd come over and make me cookies and whatnot.
yeah, dude.
And then they were just like basically tell them like, "Hey, just hang out with him and let him do whatever he wants to do." And then you know, that's it.
And then you go home.
Yeah. So that's really the only reason I had maybe babysitters like 6 times
Yeah.
through the age of 5.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, yeah, I'll just chill here by myself, and they would just go out do stuff.
Yeah,
that's-
I don't get why people. Unless they're worried their kid's gonna run away or something.
Right? Yeah.
But it's like I just fucking played video games or watched movies or something.
Yeah.
And
I'm-
ate junk food.
I'm like, dude, I knew how to like make Pop-Tarts and mac and cheese
Yeah,
when I
dude.
was
I
5.
could stick a pizza in the oven.
Yeah.
10 minutes and pull it out.
Yeah. There's instructions. Like, I mean,
yeah, it's all in a box.
we were. It's weird that we were raised more independent than
I did have
these
my
kids
like
now.
sister there though. I mean, she's
Yeah.
like a year older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe that was a factor. Into like, oh, he's not
Yeah.
alone. He's got a sister. But it's like we're both like still young.
Yeah.
Just eating junk food.
Yeah, it didn't matter to have a babysitter
Yeah.
for all of us
I don't really
essentially.
even think there was anything that required like they never went on vacation or anything.
Yeah.
They would just like, okay, I'm going to the store. I'll be back in like an hour or whatever. It's like, okay. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like I'm gonna be gone for 4 days.
Yeah.
There was that, but then I was like, okay.
I mean, my parents would leave me home alone for several days. I mean, I think even when I was in middle school, both of my parents, there was a moment when like they were gone for actually 4 days, and I was just home alone for that amount of time. And they did, you know, my mom and dad did that in high school, and you know, then that's just when we did a bunch of drugs, and
Yeah, dude.
You
Your
know.
house was a drug den. Those were fun days.
it was fun. Yeah.
Oh man. Remember when we stole that bong
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
our neighbor's meth house?
Yeah, my parents didn't like that.
They did not like that.
No.
Before they found that was a pretty fun night.
Yeah.
And they found out like just a couple days after you stole it.
Yeah, because I told Chris to not put it in the dog box, where like he put it in this like this little dog cubby thing where the dog would sleep, and I was like, don't put it in there.
Kennel?
Yeah, but it was like an inside one. It was, you know, that workbench we had in the garage.
Yeah.
It was underneath that was like a dog bed area.
Okay.
And it was a doghouse essentially.
Yeah.
And I heard my mom say like, Goo, our cat, he's getting in at night in some weird way, and we locked the dog box. I'm like, and then I hear her say like, come look at it. And I was like, I knew for a fact. I actually, well, at the time I thought for a fact she was gonna go there, look in there, see a backpack, and then check the backpack immediately. Yeah. So I sprinted over there to grab the backpack, and then she catches me right at the stairs. She's like, what's in the backpack? I'm like, nothing. And then
you can't say that. You gotta be like, homework.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, her good Christian boy had a bong.
It was
one of the devil's unholy.
It was really annoying how much trouble I got in for that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom.
Smash it on the ground.
Yeah. I'm like.
Scream. I wasn't there. I went home.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was bad. And
I don't think my dad would have cared. And be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
I'm like, dude, my mom did like cocaine at like 16 and shit, and like.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't understand that. Like, that's just.
I'm like, just understand.
Being a dick.
Yeah. I'm like, just understand, like. You know, just have the context. You know.
Right.
I'm like, do I
we
seem?
We stole this from the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Who got arrested, and the police were searching it.
Exactly.
Okay. And then we used it a few times.
Yeah.
That's the context. Calm down. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, it's like, hey, does it seem like it's ruining my life? You know?
Look at my grades. C+ average.
Yeah.
Doing fine. Mom.
Yeah.
I'm not being possessed by the devil.
Yeah.
Okay? Harry Potter is not gonna fucking infect me with the devil's seed.
Yeah. It's just because they grew up in the 80s, I guess. But then also they my mom smoked a bunch of weed, and
it's just because they're weird. It doesn't have to do with
yeah. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like if I have a kid and if he's at least 10 and smoking weed,
yeah,
I'll be like, 10 is where I'll be like, what the fuck, you know? But then like a little bit past that, I'll be like, okay, that's pretty normal. But like, you know, maybe like, hey buddy, like keep a handle on it, you know? I'll be like, you know, don't let me see it, please. And then like at 15 you can drink and I'll stop caring. But you know, other than that, like if he was like smoking weed at like 7 or 8, I'm like, what the fuck, you know, like,
hey,
yeah,
bud, slow down. Wait a couple years,
I'm like,
okay?
yeah, we need to wait a while.
Wait at least till you're in middle school or something.
Yeah, like I think 8th grade and freshman year is a great time.
Yeah, I started 7th grade. I feel like that was pretty.
7th grade's pretty
I felt
early.
I was late to the game.
Yeah.
When I joined it, because I was like, so many people have already done it, dude. They did this like in February.
Yeah.
It's August right now. I'm gonna be left behind. Everyone's gonna be doing fucking heroin by the time I'm doing something, you know?
Yeah, you're gonna be off sync.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I thought 8th and freshman years was a great time.
It's normal.
Yeah.
You know, some people were like, yeah, we started. So my dad cigarettes when I was 8. I'm like, okay, that's a little much.
Yeah.
You don't need to start smoking cigarettes at 8.
No, you don't.
Okay.
But yeah, things starting, you know, when you at least you're double digits. You know what I mean?
I hate this. I want armrests.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
I don't have mine either.
Apparently, this is a comforting move.
It's
Hugging
not.
yourself for comfort. 'Cause it's like, okay, I'm safe. I got my arms around me. I'm safe.
Oh
What
yeah,
can
well
attack
yeah, it's because it's a defensive posture.
me? Yeah.
It- you know,
Get me.
I have to be careful of
Yeah.
that now at my job because like if I have my arms folded, people think I'm being
You should do
defensive.
this.
Yeah, just like
Can I help you out with anything
is
today?
there anything I can get you?
Am I not get you there? You looking at that there wicker chair? Yep, that there's a UHC. My grandmammy said something like that just before she died. Tuberculosis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, cool. This guy can do accents. Buy this chair from him.
So today I found out that the two, I guess delivery drivers at my work, have suggested that they thought I had Asperger's.
Ha! Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I guess one of them said because I make such good maps. He was like, I don't know. Does he have like Asperger's or something?
Oh, that's
And then-
a nice compliment.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
What...
good. It's like somebody who's got a brain disorder.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, and I don't know what the other one said, but I don't think I have Asperger's. I'm not. I think I was tested for it
Really?
when I had it because I was on an IEP, an individualized education program, and
Oh, in high school?
elementary school. And
Oh,
also like, but what's weird is like, well, I guess this makes perfect sense.
yeah.
But in Missouri, I was in like, in elementary school, I was in advanced classes because I was in Missouri.
Yeah.
You know what?
very low bar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Bar super
Yeah.
low.
Yeah,
Sometimes normal places the bar will be here.
Yeah.
Missouri down here.
yeah. So I was in
Way down.
I was in advanced classes there.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to Oregon, I just kept getting C's, you know, and I'm like, can you guys just like fucking leave me alone? I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna get C's, you know. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is just what's gonna happen. And dude, oh my god, like there'd be so many times that like I would have to like not go to recess to do like certain fucking homework shit.
That's so bullshit.
Oh
dog.
my god, dude. There
I
was this
don't know if I ever had to do that.
there was this one fucking time in Missouri, they had like corporal punishments, basically.
Yeah.
If you forgot to write your name on your homework, you had to sit in from recess, and after a certain amount of times, it would stack up.
Yeah.
So if you forgot to write it once, you had to write your name like 25 times on a piece of paper before you would get to
What
go
does
to recess.
that teach you?
Nothing. It teaches me to fucking hate that bitch that held me in from recess. That was the whole thing, and I'll get to that. But anyway, and it's I don't know why, but I was just a little asshole about it, and I held a grudge the whole time,
course.
and I fucking hated her.
Of course.
And anyways, yeah, I ended up forgetting to write my name on my homework about like, you know, the maximum. So I just maxed out at 100, or I think it might have been 200. So I had to write my name 200 times or 100 times, something like that.
Wow.
And you know, and be held in from recess. And then there was one day that I did that several times, okay? Several. And there was one day one of the teachers came up to the window with the teacher that was in, you know, holding me in detention.
Yeah.
And she was like, your brother is in the hospital. And she's like, oh my god, can you watch the kids? And she's like, just let him out. I was like, fuck yeah. I'm like, yes, like so stoked.
Moving for the die. Fucking
Yeah,
bitch.
you know, I would just walk it out, just like big dick boy. I was like,
Right.
you
So-
fucking bitch. Oh, I don't give a fuck about your brother. And then she had a daughter that went to this school, and then we're lining up about to go into her class, and there was a substitute that was there, and then her daughter was like, where's my mom at? Where is she? And then the teacher's like, She went to go and pick up your uncle from the doctor. And then I was like, nah, he's in the hospital because he's dying. And then she's like, no, he's not. I was like, I was right there next to her when she made the phone call. So, yeah, he is dying, you know. And then all the teachers, I just remember being like, oh my fucking god, like them just being like, I was like, yes, yes. I was like, revenge, and it just felt great. Like even. I don't even know if to this day I feel any regret for it.
Oh no, dude, you shouldn't. That's a big fucking juicy ham, and you deserve to eat all of it.
It was a big ham, and and her daughter was a cunt too.
Yeah.
And little redhead dumb bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't like either one of them, so I was just like, you know what? It's how the biscuits crumble, brother. You know, I'm just like, let's get in this class having a great day. And
great day.
Yeah.
Brothers fucking died. Suck. Bitch. I'm out of here.
Oh man. And then there was one time I got up when the teacher was talking to sharpen my pencil, and then she bent me over her knee and started spanking me in the middle of the class.
What?
Yes.
What?
First grade, this happened to me.
That's not okay.
Yes. I had an interesting upbringing.
Wow.
And then there was one time, you know, it's a little embarrassing to say, but I didn't know how to tie my shoes in first grade. And
that's fine.
Yeah, you know, and so my shoe was untied, and it just stayed like that. I'm like, that's how this is my life now. You know, this is what my shoe does now.
Yeah.
I'm having a fashion error right now, and I'm just going with it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, Christian, tie your shoe. I'm like, on it, got it. You know, like I was just bluffing it, and I was like, no, yeah, totally, I'm on it. And then when she would turn around, I just like go back, and then she's like, hey, your shoe, it's still untied. I'm like, oh yeah, see, I forgot because you're talking about the notes, and then I was like, oh, I better take down these notes real quick because I need to know that for the test. But I'm on it. I'm on it now. And then like I would go down, and then the third time she's like, what the fuck? Your shoe is untied. Go in the corner and tie your shoe. Okay, go in the corner and tie it. And then I just went in the corner, and I just stood there. You know, I'm just like, I'm not, you know.
My dick's out now.
I'm like,
my dick is out.
Yeah. And I'm like, you sure do got me in the hot pot now.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there in the corner, just facing. I'm like, yep, this is where I live now. This is where I do my learning, is in the corner.
Yeah.
And she finally came up to me. She was like, why have you not tied your shoe? And I'm like, I don't know how. And I think it's a pretty reasonable answer for a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah.
Don't know.
I
don't know how.
I don't.
I don't know how.
I don't understand. And then she was like, ugh. And then she was like, well, try. And then like I tried, and it was just a botched of a mess. You know, I'm just like, I'm just tangling it all together. I'm like, yeah, I got it. And she's like, you did it wrong. And I'm like, and then she ties it for me and makes me sit down. And then I was never an organized person.
Yeah.
She goes up to my desk one day, like way into the school year. She looks inside of it, and she can see that all of the piece of shit paper she's given me, I've just stuffed in there. Just stuffed in there. I mean, and so what she does is she just takes my desk and she just pours it out on the floor, and then just makes me pick all of it up in the middle of class.
God, Missouri's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dumb. We fucking if we got into timeout, the teacher would hug us after. And be like, I'm sorry I did that to you.
Yeah.
That's the school I went to. We had popcorn Fridays. Now, there wasn't butter on this popcorn, so it was fucking garbage. But, you know, they still did it on Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had some...
The fucking recording stopped for some reason.
Really? Well, that's annoying.
So,
Okay, well now we're back, but I mean we can add in something to as like a we could add something in for a technical error or whatever.
Technical difficulties just.
Yeah, just pops up right there. But yeah, I mean I had a not great time in elementary school.
dude, I loved elementary school. Elementary school was my shit. Fucking ruled the playground. Had Heelys going. They couldn't stop me, dog. I was unstoppable.
Yeah.
Okay. It was fucking sick. I had choir after school that we skipped.
Yeah.
Me and my friends, and we'd go into the empty gym
Yeah.
and just fucking run around in there and have a fucking goofy time.
Yeah.
There were like these mats they push up against the walls. We were just playing with those, dude.
Yep.
Playing tag and shit. Eventually, they found out we were skipping because my mom called and was like, "Oh, Calvin, I'm gonna be late picking him up from choir today."
Yes.
Like, he's not in choir. So, put it into that. Some of the best days of my life. There was a fight once between these two kids who hate each other.
Yeah, isn't it weird? There was a lot of fights in elementary school.
This was the only one I remember that like was actually real. Mainly it was just kids yelling at each other and crying, not actually doing anything.
Yeah.
These two kids like fist fought, like beat each other up, calling each other faggot and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're in 5th grade, dog.
Yeah. I lost
down.
I lost all my friends in 4th grade when I was in California, because I lost a fight.
Yeah, I mean, dude, shit runs high. You know?
Yeah.
If you're a winner, you got it all. If you're a loser, you got nothing.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to lunch, and they gave me a bag of chocolate milk, and yes,
Bad.
yes, it's in a bag. It was in a bag.
Plastic bag?
Yes.
Just
Sealed,
loose plastic bag?
sealed around every edge. And they give me a straw with it, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here? Somebody explain to this." And then
They
they're
run
like,
out of boxes?
"Yeah, no, this is what they did normally."
They run out of cups?
No.
They normally had
Yes.
chocolate milk in bags?
Every day.
That you just stab a straw into?
Yep. And so I get it. And I'm like, "What is going on here?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "This." And they're like, "Your chocolate milk." I'm like, don't act like I'm not addressing this to you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you know
what I'm fucking talking about?
you know that chocolate milk is supposed to come in a box,
Yeah.
and you're blatantly ignoring me.
Yeah.
And I was like, so why is it in a bag? They're like, it just comes like that. And then I was like, so where's like the puncture hole for me to put the straw into? And they're like, you just stab it into the bag anywhere. I'm like, this isn't efficient. This isn't how you're supposed to do this. And I got so mad. And they're like, it's just how you do it. And I'm like,
this isn't
they-
a fucking 18
Yeah.
pounds. This isn't a cowboy western.
exactly.
We have rules.
Yeah.
You know, we've evolved as a society.
Yeah.
Give me the puncture mark. I don't want a bag.
Yes.
Don't want a bag where you just stab it wherever.
Yeah.
Don't like that. It's chaos.
It's just utter disobedience
yeah.
to just
Nonsense.
it's just utter disobedience. And they were acting like I was the weird one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys are the ones drinking out of fucking bags. You know? So stop right there with all your trash
Yeah.
talk and realize you guys, you're whack. And then yeah, anyways, we went out to the playground after that, and my friend was getting in a fight with this one kid, and I go and shove this other kid off him, and I don't know what it was, but he must have took some taekwondo or something, because I kept trying to get a grapple on him and take him down, and dude, he just kept tripping me. Every step, anything I tried to do, get close to him.
Yeah.
He had some long legs on him, I guess, and he would just trip me. I'd fall right to the ground. I couldn't get to him at all.
Yeah.
And it happened like 4 or 5 times. And I just gave up, walked away. And then after that, kid was not my friend anymore. He's like, that's the weakest kid in the grade, and you couldn't beat him. I was like, Do you see what he was doing with his legs? Because I feel like he was cheating. Because like
his legs are longer than you.
I don't think any human can trip somebody that much. I'm gonna call foul play here.
Yeah.
And then I was friends with the nerdy Mexicans, and that was who I hung out with. But overall, they were at least nice to me.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I was like, there was one day I was sitting on a fence, on like a chain fence, and then the school bus comes by, and then they're all like screaming at me. They're like, "Oh my God, you're sitting on the fence!" I'm like, just doing me, you know. I'm like, that's just what I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, thumbs up, guys, you know. And then this dad and a kid drive by. He's like, "Get the fuck off the fence!" He was like screaming at me. And at first, I thought he was joking. And then I was like, yeah, hey, what's up? And then he drives by again. He's like, "I'm a fucking cop," and shows me his badge. And he's like, "Get off!" Yeah, his bag milk in one hand, badge in the other. "I'm a cop! You get off that fence or I'm gonna arrest you." Literally said that. And I was like, okay. And then I climbed down and I just get right back up. And I was like, really? You know, really? That's California for you. A lot of assholes.
Yeah.
I was, you know, that's just. I moved 3 or 4 times in elementary school, which is rough, but at least it wasn't middle school or high school.
High school would be bad to move into.
Really bad.
To move, while you're in high school.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, because I feel like you stick with the kind of you have a friend group kind of built already.
Yeah. You
know?
need to have that built, and I'm lucky I had that.
No, dude. In high school, oh God.
See, middle school is where you can move into at 6th grade, but you need to stay in that one middle school. You know?
Yeah,
you need to stay in one middle school for the duration and one high school for the duration. Elementary school, yeah, it sucks, but like you have to stay stagnant when you're in middle school or high school.
Yeah. Kind of moved around a lot. Never really outside of Eugene, but like just different apartments and shit.
Yeah.
Houses.
I'm saying I moved from Missouri to California for 3 or 4 months, and I was in school for that, you know, a duration of that. And then I moved back to Missouri to go back to school there for like 3 or 4 months, and then I moved back to California for a short amount of time, and I wasn't in school. And then I moved to Oregon, and then I started school for like 2 months, and then it was summer.
How do you think if you had a kid?
Yeah.
How do you think you could fuck him up the most? Like you're not beating him or anything.
Yeah.
But just doing weird shit.
Do you mean like me doing it on purpose or like me doing it accidentally?
You can do it on purpose, but it's not like.
Like, do you mean like something
that
I'm
curious to see what's gonna how he's gonna turn out? Just like moving all over everything.
You know,
or like buying a fish.
Yeah.
And then just shaking it up so it dies in the bag, and then throwing it away in front of him.
Yeah, probably.
No emotion, and you don't say anything. You just do it, and then you go, "All right, we'll buy another one tomorrow."
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
How do you think that would fuck up a kid?
I'd probably fuck him up pretty bad. He'd probably not be able to have any strong connections.
He could not make any. He's like, they're just gonna get shaken up and die.
Right, yeah.
I can't fall in love with it.
Especially,
my dad's gonna shake you up and you're gonna die.
Especially if you did that at like 3. Because
yeah,
I realized
you start early. You give it to him like, this is yours. And you're so sad. Like, oh, my old bitch. I'm gonna name him Bubbles. He's gonna live here. I'm gonna give him the same house as me, my best friend.
And then you just hold that thought and then you just shake it up real quick.
And you go, oh, that's cool. And you just pour it out on the ground and then step on it.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, let's go get McDonald's.
Yeah, no, especially you did that at 3 because like when I was 3, like, you know, then telling me that you know, people with no teeth were cannibals, that stuck with me for some reason.
Oh, sure, dude.
They also told me that behind the counter in McDonald's, they have cages of kids that have gone back there, and they poke them with like hot rods.
Ugh.
And and I was like, yikes! Like, yeah,
Yikes,
I will not be going back there. But every time we went to a McDonald's, I'm always like peeking around the corner. I'm like, where fucking are they? And I'm like, they really hide them, don't they?
They hide them good. You can't hear nothing.
Yeah.
No screams.
And I believe that one for a minute.
Yeah, dude. One of my earliest memories, or one of the first times I remember throwing up,
Yeah.
was seeing a slug that got smushed. That made me throw up.
Really?
Yeah. And so I just fucking remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know why that stuck with me. But like, slugs are just gross.
They are. I don't like
It's
slugs.
like, ugh.
One of my first memories, I think this is probably my third memory, was I went over to my aunt's house, and I had to go to the bathroom. I had to take a dump, and she only had one toilet that didn't have a toilet seat on it, and I was afraid I was gonna get sucked into the toilet.
Yeah.
Strong fear of mine as a child. I was like, I'm gonna get pulled down there into the sewer. I'm gonna get lost. Not good with directions because I'm 3. And I remember my mom and my aunt were like holding my legs as I'm sitting on this toilet. I'm like, ah! Like,
They were holding your legs?
Yeah, and I'm like, you're right here, and like the toilet has no seat. It is cold. I'm gonna get sucked down here. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Dude, that sucks. Every time.
It's one of my first
You
memories.
still have that fear, kind of?
No.
Before you're gonna take
No,
a shit, you're
no.
like, no, it's not gonna happen.
No, I don't have that anymore. But when I was young, I also did have the irrational fear that I was going to shit out bones. I thought like
your fucking femur. Or something.
yeah, no, I thought I would just shit
Fine.
out my pelvis. Like I thought that's what would happen.
Oh no, dude, that would be bad.
Yeah, that'd be really bad.
And then you're just like goo.
Yeah,
You're just like fucking nothing.
yeah.
Ugh. God, I used to have to take off my shirt every time I took a shit. And one time we almost missed a flight because of it. Because my dad, we were going to Missouri, coming back from Missouri or something.
Yeah.
And we had like a connecting flight in like Colorado or some shit.
Yeah.
And they like say the like now boarding.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, okay, let's go. I'm like, I have to poop. He's like, can you hold it? And you're like, nah, I gotta poop. He's like, okay, we can go real fast. And so like we stroll in there, and I'm like, I just have to fucking take off my shirt all slowly.
Yeah.
And throw it on the ground. Like my dad's like, don't do that. It's a dirty bathroom. I'm like, I gotta poop. I gotta do it. And so we almost missed it, because then I have to put it onto, and like my arm gets stuck in it. And my dad's like, shove it on. He's like, we don't have time. We gotta go now. Luckily, I don't do that anymore. But the times I have shit without a shirt on have been great.
No, it's great. I do it.
It's so freeing.
I do it.
Like before you hop in the shower or something, like, oh, quick poop.
Yeah.
And then it's like you're just like, oh,
when
so much room and maneuverability. I can like escape if I have to. You know, I'm not bogged down by this fucking fabric.
Yeah. When I'm at home, yeah, I do that. Yeah, there was also like
one time. This was such a big. This gave me so much anxiety. I went to this was like the first time I like stayed the night at a friend's house. And I couldn't wipe my own ass yet.
Oh.
Because I was that young.
Yeah.
And I was embarrassed by it. But so I had to take a shit, and I didn't think about it beforehand that nobody. Because I'm not gonna ask them to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
What does my dad do?
Yeah.
I know he grabs the toilet paper.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, you know, I'm not seeing what he's doing because I gotta bend over.
Yeah.
So I just balled it up and went to town. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. And then I did that for a while, but then I was like, no, this is a bad technique. This don't work good. And then I created my own.
That's good.
And I've been using it ever since. the
You
thing.
figured it out though.
I figured it out on my own. But I was like, while I was sitting there, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I can't ask them, but my asshole's dirty.
Yeah.
I can't go out with a dirty asshole.
Yeah.
I can't ask them to clean it. It was a conundrum.
There was times when I was really young that I've realized that I just don't register like conflict. Like it doesn't emotionally affect me when other people are in conflict. Like I walked. I guess I was just born that way. And because I walked into, I was at my cousin's house, and she just rented me a Pokemon movie. I was stoked about it. And my mom didn't really like me watching Pokemon, and my cousin's like, "Are you sure it's okay you watch?" I was like, "Yeah, totally." My mom's like, "Whoa, such a big fan, loves it, like, a lot." And she was like, "Okay, cool." And then I'm watching it, and then, like, it froze or something, or I wanted something to eat.
Yeah.
And her and her fiance go into the spare bedroom, and they're screaming at each other. I'm like, "Oh, they're in the bedroom."
Yeah.
And I go in there, and because I'm like, I had a problem, and I was like, "Hey, like, I needed something." That's all I remember.
Right.
Go in there, and he's standing at the other room, and she's standing there crying, and and then right when I opened the door, or like came up to the door, I can't quite remember if I opened it or if it was already open. He threw just a giant handful of pocket change just right at her.
What?
Yeah. Just pelted.
Pathetic.
Just pelted all across the wall and everything. I think a plate was broken too. And I'm just like, "Hey, excuse me, my movie's frozen. Could you potentially unfreeze that?" And Beth, my cousin, she's like, "Oh my god, yeah!" Like just removed herself from the hostility. She's like, "Yeah, no, I'm so sorry. I'll take care of that."
Yeah.
Goes in there and puts it back on. I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool." And then I'm just like, "Okay, bye." And then just nothing to me.
Yeah.
Like I saw it. I realized there was anger, and it didn't even register me. I think it registered subconsciously, but I don't think it had any ill effect. It was just like,
It's like, "Hey, can you stop playing with coins?" And,
yeah, I'm like,
my movie's broken.
I kind of looked in my head. I guess I was like, you have to pick that up later. Like, what do you need to? My movie.
My movie, guys, come on.
What's important here? Okay. Are you playing 21 Pickup or are you fixing my movie? Okay. And I need my mechanics.
Where are my mechanics?
You bitch.
Pokemon! I'm fucking mechanics, you goddamn bitch! I'm gonna throw my coin at you!
Yeah. But that's hostility doesn't register to me. When other people are hostile with each other, I don't feel anything.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah. No.
It's fun to watch.
But when other people are hostile to me, I was born to just back away. I'm just like, okay, and then I just leave.
Yeah. Fucking, oh, dude, it was so nice at Dairy Mart. Fucking, you can just kick people out.
Yeah.
With their dicks to you.
Yeah.
Which was so nice because as soon as someone's a dick to you, you have like a reason.
Yeah.
And you have you know that you're in the right.
Yeah.
So there's no like doubts. You're just filled with confidence. They're like, yeah, fucking get out.
Mm.
So whatever they're doing does not affect you at all.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I am not gonna get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
You are.
Leave.
So I can do this forever.
Yeah.
Okay? Get out of here. It was awesome.
That sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was at the DAC, like, and crazy customers would come into the kitchen,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be like, I wasn't even allowed to really be like, "Hey, you can't be in here at all.
Yeah.
Leave," because they were members for like the club,
Yeah.
So they would come back there, and they would go to the line, and they would just be like, "I want my steak medium
Dude,
rare plus," and they would say
fuck
that in the kitchen, or they would come in drunk and be like,
You can't be like, this is employees only zone.
"Yeah, no, you really can't." You'd be like, "Sir, can you please leave because you can't be back here?" Like, you have to be like that.
Yeah.
And then there'd be drunk people from like a party in the ballroom,
Yeah.
and would come in with a cup, an empty cup, and then they're just walking around the kitchen, And I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, hey, sir, what are you doing in here? It's like, where do I get water? Not in here.
Not here,
Not
baby.
here. And then I've had people come into the kitchen and start walking around, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And like, where's the bathroom? Not in the kitchen. So please leave now. You know?
Yeah.
And people would just also go in there, and they would just use it to like walk through to get to the hallway, even though they can just go around the entire kitchen because it's walled in. And yeah, they just did that all the time.
That's fucking customers suck, dude.
Yeah. I just remembered another thing about like hostility when I was a kid. So I was playing t-ball, and
oh, dude, you just brought a bunch of sports.
And I basically was standing on second base or something like that.
Yeah.
This kid comes up to me. He starts growling at me like an animal, and he pushes me, and I'm just like, okay. And then I just get up and I just like walk away, and then he follows me and he keeps doing it, and I'm just like, I was just trying to ignore him. I was like, dude, just stop. Like, no, I don't understand. And then then he like pushed me down into the dirt, and then my mom fucking just screamed. She was like, Christian, get the fuck over here. And then like, I guess there was a little girl that was next to me, and she was like, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. And she's like, I know. And then she just pulls me off to the bleachers. She's like, you go over there, and you ball up your fist like this, and you punch him in the nose, okay? You punch him in the face, right there. You make him bleed. Red.
Wow,
make him red. And then I was like, okay, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't pumped up. I was like, this is a little bit intense for me right now. I don't even really care about t-ball. So if we could just wrap it up.
Wrap this up real quick.
And get some shrimp. That would be great, you know?
Shrimp right now.
And, you know, she was like, go out there and, like, punch him in the face. And then happened again, and then she pulled me off her side and was like, you need to punch him in the face. I'm like, that's just not me.
Yeah.
And then that's just how it was, you know? I'm just, and I don't.
Yeah, I've only punched one person, and it was my sister.
Mm-hmm.
It was right in her forehead. And it was the best moment of my life. Because she would always be just so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Tease me all the time.
Yeah.
And she would never get in trouble for it. But one time she got in the front seat and she was being such a bitch about it.
Yeah.
And so she was like turned around staring at me going, yeah, like that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I just went, pop! Right in her fucking forehead. And she just was like shocked and then started crying. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Felt so good. Felt so good. My mom was yelling at me, but I was just staring out the window.
You're like, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
sick. That was the best. But you reminded me about fucking sports and just
Yeah.
how intense some kids would take it, you know?
Yeah.
And like if they would get so mad at you. And this is like 4th grade.
Yeah.
And they're screaming and crying at you because
Yeah.
like you fucking let a ball in the goal or some shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're making us lose! And I'm like, dude, I'm just here for the pizza party at the end.
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
That's all I want because you get to play in the ball pit and eat pizza all day.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't really care about this that much.
Dude. Also,
Calm down.
soccer players, at least in fucking elementary school,
Dude, they were the worst.
they were little bitches.
There were such bitches.
And
Every fucking practice, the coach had to like pull a kid aside and be like, "Yo, calm down.
yeah.
You don't stop taking
Yeah.
this seriously. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's just soccer. We're here to have fun." And the kid's like crying super hard.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I
Dude,
liked
I just like kicking the ball around.
Yeah.
That's fun, you know.
I liked being competitive about it.
Yeah.
But they were being bitches. Like, I'm like, I would throw some bows, you know? I'm a bow thrower.
Dude,
I
don't like the kids
I throw
that are
some-
bow throwers.
I throw
The
some
little
bows.
fucking kids who are slide tackling your ankles all day, trying to break your goddamn ankles. You know, and you're like, dude, I'm sitting here picking up grass, making a
Yeah.
grass ball.
Yeah.
You know, quit
But
trying
see,
to break my ankles.
I would
I'm
only-
obviously not. A
I
threat
would
to you
I
in
would
this
only
game.
I would only do it to people that were like hostile, you know, in the competitive aspect. When they were like doing, this is my thing when I'm in soccer and people are going like, you know, try to like juke me out and be a douche, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're catching a bow real good, you know, and then I would just do it. I would just like catch a bow and just right in the fucking ribs, and I'd take the ball from them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do that to people who were just like trying to like
Play the game.
you know, play the game just normally
Yeah.
and not be little douches.
Yeah.
But there was one game, several kids were like, you can't fucking throw elbows, and starts freaking out and crying. I'm like, well, I'm going to.
Well, I have elbows.
Yes.
I'm gonna use them.
I have bows and they will be
I
thrown.
think it's selfish of you to tell me not to throw my bows.
Yeah. I'm
You
like,
know? I was
you-
given these bows,
yeah.
and they're made to be thrown.
and I told them, I was like, you got bows. Throw bows.
Throw your bows.
Yeah.
Throw your bows at me.
Throw your bows.
If you don't
Come
want
on.
to throw your bows, that's your deal.
Yeah.
But I'm throwing mine.
Yeah.
Learn to dodge better.
And there was one kid, I threw some bows at him.
Mhm.
I did a side nudge.
Yeah.
And he got me back, and I was like, kudos. I stayed away from him. He fucking bowed me in the
Right?
neck.
And then
I
you're
felt-
like, hey, you gotta
Yeah,
get around this kid.
yeah. He bowed me right in the neck. I fell right
Oh.
down. And then from across the field, he just made a goal, like all the way
Dude,
across. I mean, it was probably a smaller field,
He's got big balls.
but
That's a
he
kid
was
with big balls.
he was a big one. He was
Yeah.
but yeah, you know, I you know, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, man.
How long have we?
We're almost at an hour.
Almost at an hour. Should we start doing a freestyling segment?
Sure. I love freestyle. It's my favorite.
You have good one-liners. You can.
I can do one-liners. I just can't do a continuous flow.
Okay.
So I can
Alright.
hit you with a one-liner right now.
Okay.
You want to do a one-liner?
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
do a one-liner.
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. I got my cock in one hand, flowers in the other, racing home to your house so I can fuck your mother.
It's good.
There's one bar.
I like it.
Okay, your turn. You go.
Okay. Yeah, girl. You know I got the peanut butter swirl up on my nuts. Yeah. Let me slap that butt. We're gonna get up in them sheets all week.
The sack.
Just okay, girl. Yeah, give you a dairy swirl. Go down to Dairy Queen. I'll give you a dip. That's right, that's my tip. Oh yeah. Oh, it's got a snip 'cause I'm circumcised. You know that I'm on the rise. It's growing, yeah, through your thighs. Oh, yeah, you got a forest down there, girl. Natural. You know that I wanna go down and corral all
Beast on the prowl.
no, I'm a beast. I'm proud, like Calvin said over here. Yes. I'll tell you guys, steer clear. He's a steer queer.
You're queer.
Yeah, like a cow or cattle that's a queer. You know, I'm just gonna sit back and drink my beer, except I don't have a beer, but I still see real clear, 'cause I don't got beer goggles on. You know that I can not play Poggle very long. I don't know if that's a real game, but you know, I'll just keep saying it like it's the same. I am in between the seams of reality and a new dimension. That's right, supersonic vision. Sciencey talk. That's right, outline bodies in chalk. Now murdery and stalk your prey down in the forest, 'cause you know that it's gonna be. That's all I got.
Yeah.
All right. Now Calvin is going to be styling. He's gonna be wilding. Get it. Get it. Get it.
Ass.
What?
You say, damn, son.
What? What'd you say?
I got an ass like Cinnabon. Gotta make you say, damn, son.
All right.
Cut me off a piece of that fucking tasty treat.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry, wanna eat.
Ski.
Ah! I can't even. I'm not good. I can't take.
Dude, you're gonna get better. Like a pelican, you know I'm always gonna win. I got a silly grin. Oh yeah, 'cause it's a comedy, man. You know that I got my feet in this. You know I got my feet in the sand and now we gotta go 'cause the sand of the hourglass is getting low. What's up, yo? Froyo cold like Froyo and Freon. You know that we're stopped record on.
Record on. Yep, that's music and talk.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you.